Hello again, and in this one we're going to just quickly go over the effects. And when I say effects, I mean like the effects as in like risers, the effects as in the effects of the project, any effects, FX, EFFECTS also. So here we go. Let's have a look. Right, so earlier I was talking about the what is it? The high pitch. This one. I was saying it creates a lot of suspense, and that's what I've actually got a high held string. I don't know what it's called. High held. It is a high held string. I know what it's called. High held. And what I've done in this one is I've bounced it in from audio. So basically, just opened up a synth, one of my synths, which it probably. Something like Anna or Serum, and found a string preset, and then just committed it to audio because I just find it's a lot easier to work with this. But this is a string which I'm using throughout the track. So I find this adds a lot of tension, on the breakdowns or build-ups. It's
getting hot, getting hot, getting hot. Getting hot, getting hot.
You can hardly really hear it, but you imagine if it's really loud in a club, you'd hear that. So it does it does add something. It adds a bit of tension. It also fills that very, very top end out. But yeah, that's just committed to audio and just put in there really low level. You can see that the level of it's low, and also I've just faded it in because a lot of natural sounding strings. They have a long attack because of the way that it's played. So I tend to just cut it from like a bit of the way in so there's not that curve, and then I'll just put a fade in with a volume doing that on there. This is a sample from my Moog Voyager. So this was something I made just recording it in. Let's go here. And then I think I just put a delay on it, which I can check there. Yeah, I can see something. There we go. A reverb just at the end. If I take that back there, a reverb right on the end, just to give it, things like this give your track, it gives the track a lot of suspense. So you'll hear it in there.
Getting hot, getting hot, getting hot, getting hot.
Yeah, again, another really subtle thing that's sat back in the mix, but you can actually hear it. If you look, I've only actually done the reverb on that one, which is quite lazy of me. I probably presumed, which one should never presume, that it was on everyone, but it's not. So there we go, inside. So if you ever hear the track, you can say, it only does that there. Right, so Uprising sample, that's just like from one of the sample packs from Sonic Academy's website, just an Uprising sample, nothing amazing. It's just to fill the sounds out. Again, white noise down. There's a white noise there. Let's have a listen to those all together.
Getting hot, getting hot, getting hot.
And then laser up. I presume this is it's Anna, so is this something I made before? No, it's just an LFO filter sweep, but I've just put it in there, and I just like the way that it really like sort of finished off the just before the drop.
Getting hot, getting hot, getting hot, getting hot.
And something that I felt like it was lacking was the track. It needed something in the higher end, especially around here. I felt like, if you're in a club environment and you hear, it's just all bass and there's not really much reverb or anything in the top ends, I felt like it needed something else. So I put this in, which is a white noise.
Getting hot. watching.
And if you notice again, I did the tape stop effect, and I also did the delay into the Echo Boy, so just on the end. And all these little sounds really add up to the final mix. It gives. Oh, we got some ghosts. It all adds up, and it gives that sort of whole sound once the range is there, and especially when you put all the compression and the mastering stuff on at the end, these little sounds all pop out, and they work really well. But yeah, as you can see, I've done that all throughout the track, and it really does add pace, especially in like certain areas like where there's nothing really going on. I'm sure really you were listening to the track thinking, there's not really much going on there, especially like areas like this, whereas now it's
Nobody's watching. Getting high.
So it's a rhythmic effect. The way that I created that was I will have got a white noise. I'll show you how to make that actually while we're here. So I would have got a ESP, which is Logic's synth. Right, so open this up. Right, this is within Logic, comes with it. I'm sure you're aware if you've been using all the other Logics over the years. This has been around a while, ever since I had lots of hair. So we'll go down here. Right, so the noise, if you put the noise up on this, just make sure the frequency's up. Actually, I'll turn that down to save your eardrums and your cats. There we go. So this is just like, and then what I would do is I would just go to that and then just save it as like white noise, or it's just a noise generator on a synth really. A lot of synths have noise, it's something you can do. Sometimes what I do as well is I add I'll make a held note that's and then what I'll do is I'll make sure it's like a 116, so it'll just be like that, or a 132, and then I'll sidechain it in the mix, and it just fills out that gap. Again, that pretty much what I did there, but what I'm going to do with this one is, like, again, you can use the note repeat, so it could be like this, or the 116 I just tried to play in, and it'll just add rhythm and pace to the actual whole track. And then you could put a gate on it as well, so it'd tighten up the bleed, which would be let's have a look in dynamics, noise gate, and then there's a good setting in here which is it percussion gate. Nope. Fast gate, that's the one. And then also the you can use the enveloper as well, which is like a dynamic, a transient designer, similar sort of thing, right? And then got but yeah, so you can do that and then affect it so it adds a rhythm. So when the track drops, it sounds like this, and it doesn't sound like that because I've EQ'd it. And you can change like the frequency. Turn that down a bit. But yeah, so there's ways you can create your own effects. I sometimes do that, but here's a way I found which I really like at the moment. So I'll tell you what, I'll turn that off. Right, this is how this is how I've made this one anyway. So.
Getting high. Dance, nobody's watching.
So what I wanted to do with that one is just take the loop off. Let me just put that onto there. onto there, and then right. So I've got that on there, and then Logic's Logic 10 update had this this new multi effects, these step effects. So what I found is putting these on is amazing. It's like they've got some amazing presets that are already like complex gated. So through some of these, you just put that on, and this is how I made the one above. And I felt like, I mean, you could take some of the top end out, but I felt like the then it just needed to end at the end, because the vocal was there. So while the vocal was there, it was like, and it was like, get out the way. So what I did was I just slowed it down like that, and then just put on slow down, and then it went like so.
Can you dance? Nobody's watching.
Like that. So it slowed down and then hit that intro sound of that hammer there. But yeah, that's how I made it anyway. That's and that, you can see that's quite a big part of the track. Some parts are a lot quieter, like this part's quieter than that one. That's just through the gains, because I probably felt like instead of dropping it down a channel using more channels, I just went like that and went to the gain and boosted the gain on that one, which go there, and then there's a gain up here, 7.4 there, look, and it just changes the gain. So yeah, so hopefully that's been helpful to you. That's the effects of the ones in the actual project. Let me delete this one, don't need that anymore. Goodbye. So yeah, effects in the project. The when I say effects, I mean the send effects. So yeah, that's everything in there. But I don't need that. That can hide. What else is hidden there? I covered everything. Yeah. So that's the whole track, start to finish. So the effects at the end are. Let me just press X. Let's have a look at. I believe there's only 1, 2, 3, and then there should be another. There should be another one. Oh, hang on. There we go. All. I think there's only 4 in this one. Replicate. Yeah, there's only 4. So I've got 3 sends. Delay, which is, it says H delay, but it's not. It's Echo Boy on Sound Toys, right? And then there's a large reverb with the imager on, like I mentioned earlier. And then there's the replica with a classic ping pong. You probably noticed there was an EQ here before. I don't need that anymore. The reason I don't need that anymore is because this one already has one built in, and it's cut at 81 there, and it's got a saturation on it as well, so it's a lot cleaner than having a load of plugins. So yeah, so you can solo these and listen to these as the tracks going. The really good thing about Logic now as well is if you solo those, it shows you exactly, it highlights what everything that's going through those channels or connected to those channels, which I find really good. So you can just listen to only the effects. So that's all the effects. And sometimes what I'll do is I'll just make sure I'll listen to those and make sure, if anything's just going a bit crazy, I'll be like, oh, that's it needs sorting out. And that's a good way of finding out if. And also the ones that are the S's that are lit up with S, they're the ones that are going through the actual through the effects themselves. So okay, in the next video I'm going to show you how I do my mix down. See ya.